Hi, I'm Jason. I wrote this book, Cold Feet. Today, I don't like events that I come to that I don't know what's going to happen, so I'm just going to give you a quick run through, and we'll do this very quickly. It's going to be a quick intro, and then I'm going to do a reading from the book. It's like 4 or 5 minutes, just like a general reading about it. We'll do a Q&A lightning round where I'm going to get in the ice water. You guys ask questions for 4 or 5 minutes, however long we go. And then it's your chance to get in the water. So up to 5 people, anybody who gets in the water gets one of these and a free burger. So just FYI, I can't buy everybody burgers. They are delicious, so get one. But if you get in the water, you get one from me. And then finally, hang out, eat burgers, ask questions that you were afraid to ask, and here we are. So the intro. This is going to be my 200th day in a row of getting in ice water. I got goosebumps from that. I'm not sure why. 200 days. Like, how many things do you do 200 days in a row? My cold bath at home is a chest freezer, so it's 3 degrees all the time, and it's insanity. Just a few days, like 2 days ago, you can get used to or understand what you're going to get into, but you're never used to the cold water. And then the next thing is, I was going to tell this other story about doing cold bathing in the ocean with a bunch of little old naked ladies in Denmark, because like talking about cold bathing, ice bathing, whatever you want to say, to Danes is like talking to an American about guns. Like, you know somebody who has guns. Even if you don't have a gun, you know somebody. So Denmark, same kind of thing. If you don't cold bathe, you know somebody who does. So I'm not gonna say it's awesome or badass or anything, but it's changed my life. 200 days ago, February 2nd, I got in ice water for the first time, and it transformed me. I've lost 33 kilo over the past like 4 or 5 months, and I think cold bathing was that thing that pushed me to do it. The book that I'm going to read from is about a lot of things. It's not just cold bathing, although cold bathing is the background. It's about midlife crisis. It's about losing one of the most amazing people that I've ever met to cancer. I'm not going to cry during my reading. I'm probably going to cry during my reading. Anyway, it's about fitness. It's about health. It's about weight loss. It's about a lot of things. You may ask, why am I giving any kind of talk about weight loss, physical, anything at a burger joint? And that is for 2 reasons. One, when I got to Denmark about a year ago, I wanted to find the best burger in Denmark, and I found it. So welcome to the best burger in Denmark. And second, as crazy as this sounds, a part of that 33 kilo weight loss, I eat a burger like every morning for breakfast. Almost every morning. I chop up one of those delicious Boost burgers and have that for breakfast with an egg. So, burger joint, it's the place that you should be. So, all this being said, let's do a quick reading, and then I'll get in some water, and you can ask some questions, and then you can jump in. Sound good?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
There we go. All right. So, come look at this picture. This is the reason that I started this whole thing. So, here we go. Introduction, the memoir part. I am not special. I know, that's probably not the sentence you're looking for in the first chapter of a motivational book about freezing off your midlife crisis, but hear me out. From the day I was born, I've been told that I am special. I think a lot of us have. And for some reason, despite the very clear facts that say otherwise, I believed it. In a book dedicated to killing bees, to breathing in ice baths, I have to mention Wim Hof at least once. The Iceman, the man. This will be my only mention. Like him, I was born out of necessity. I was removed from my mother due to an umbilical cord being wrapped around my neck. When I came out, I had black and blue marks around my little body. Interestingly, it was only a few hours before President Reagan was shot. A lot of people forget that. He was shot on March 30th, 1981 at 2:27 p.m. If my parents forget, it's okay. They were busy with something else. But you, dear listener, you should know better. Like a lot of people born around this time, I have a very distinct mix of generational characteristics. Part Gen X, part millennial, sometimes called Xennials because everything these days needs a name. But honestly, my generational subset doesn't associate fully with either. We grew up with the internet, but in our teenage years, we're introduced to dial-up modems and AOL Instant Messenger. A/S/L ? Computers were a thing and we had typing classes, but up until that point we played outside. And many of us fought cell phones because why would we need them? Our entire life we told our parents where we were going, came back, usually, when we said we would, and called them from payphones if necessary. I remember in my 20s defiantly telling people that I didn't have a cell phone, and if they called me at home and I wasn't there, I was busy. I'd get back to them when I wasn't. We were the generation that moved from 8-tracks to cassette tapes and religiously recorded our favorite songs from the radio, hoping to not have the DJ talk over the beginning or end of our favorite songs. The generation that embraced social media but remembers life before it. We bridged the technological gap, and to tell you the truth, don't like to be called millennials because we're not. The generation... Jason, what does this have to do with midlife crisis, you ask? Well, as of this writing, I started this February 14th, of this year. As of this writing, I'm 42 years old, overweight, and balding. A little over a year ago, I moved from Brooklyn, New York to a city on the outskirts of Copenhagen, Denmark with my fiance and son. Here's the cry part. And in 30 days, which I didn't know when typing this, one of my favorite people on the planet will die of cancer. Can I just say, fuck cancer? Or should I wait until we get further in the book? Both? Perfect. Fuck cancer. If the thoughts and feelings I have every day are a midlife crisis, the proverbial fat lady is warming up. It should also be said that if referencing a hypothetical fat lady warming up offends you, pick another book. It's not going to lighten up. Then again, there aren't a lot of books on ice bathing and midlife crisis, so you may just have to deal with it. I apologize in advance, but most likely don't mean it. Anywho, as the chapter is named, my midlife crisis was a bit of a shock, and it all stemmed from a simple comment from a 20-something man at the DMV, or whatever you Danes call it. I had to forfeit my New York driver's license to the Danish government to get a Danish license, and for said license had to get my picture taken. The young man behind the counter told me where to stand, told me I couldn't smile, and the other fun details of getting your picture taken on a government document. And when the flash went off, the photo shot up on a digital frame, and he asked, "Is the pic okay?" I looked over at the screen and thought to myself, wow, I look like fresh, hot dog shit. My inner monologue is a little rough. I'm working on it. And I asked him if we could take another one. He did. I looked at the picture, and surprisingly, it looked exactly like the first picture. So being the nice man that he was, he asked, "How about that one?" And I said out loud, very matter-of-factly, "No, I guess that's just what I look like now." And that, I don't think he understood the gravity of what I was saying, or why I was saying it at all, but that's the first moment in my life that I truly realized that I was getting older and not taking care of myself. There are plenty of other indications, but that is the one that really called it out. To be very clear to all you youngins listening, getting old hurts. No one tells you that. They tell you that they're sore or how their joints ache here and there, but no one tells you how much it hurts. I'm guessing that this comes from the fact that no one cares. Think about it. If I tell you that X, Y, and Z hurts, what will you do? Apologize that my body hurts? Ask if there's something you can do? You can't. But the more mornings I woke up in real pain, the more I decided I couldn't live with it anymore. And my TikTok feed would not shut up about cold bathing. And yes, I'm on TikTok. Going through a midlife crisis, not skipping pop culture. So after the 50th ice bath video or so, I decided I wanted to try it. Dip my toes into this whole ice bathing thing. My search for a container large enough for my chubby body and some ice water began. But don't worry, this isn't another one of those self-help books claiming that they have all the answers to your oh-so-unique midlife crisis. But explaining mine might help you figure out yours. So at the end of the day, maybe it is. I guess we'll find out together. One more page. First, you may ask, what is a midlife crisis and am I having one? A midlife crisis is, in essence, a period of transition. A time when you look back at your life and question whether it's been everything you've hoped it would be. It's a time of self-reflection, introspection, and of course, a dash of good old-fashioned shock and panic. After all, nothing spices up life like the sudden realization that you're halfway through it. Even writing that sends a bit of a shockwave through my spine. Some psychologists argue that a midlife crisis is a normal and healthy part of human development. It's a time to reevaluate your priorities, make necessary adjustments, and ultimately emerge as a wiser, more self-aware individual. Sounds like a real blast, right? Others, however, believe that the midlife crisis is just a convenient excuse for acting out and making poor decisions, because everyone needs a scapegoat for their circus of chaos. Whatever your take on the matter, one thing is clear: the midlife crisis is inevitable as death and taxes, and that sinking feeling that you've left the stove on. So why not embrace it with open arms? After all, laughter is the best medicine, even if the joke's on you. Also, if you can't take a joke and you're one of those old grumpy midlife crisisers, this book isn't for you. Here at Cold Feet, we wear a smile throughout our midlife crisis. Whee! Grab your bathing suit, or not, and let's dive right into the icy depths of this thing called midlife. You know, because most of us, including me, are completely clueless on what's happening. Woo! That's that. All right, it says huge applause here, so pretty good, pretty good. Next thing. Q&A lightning round. I'm gonna get in and I'll try to point to you. If you have questions, I'll answer them. If you don't have questions, I'm gonna sit there anyway, and then the next person can get in. And like I said, the 5 people who get in first get a free burger. Cool. All right, here we go. I gotta put my timer on. Keep it honest. This is the exciting part. So anyway, 33 kilos in the past like 4 or 5 months. It's not perfect yet, but it's good. All right. If you're gonna plan on getting in, you have one of the most amazing breathwork teachers in the world right here. But I'll tell you like a quick thing that I think about. I put my legs in. What do you think? It's 3 degrees, 4? Breathe in. Put your legs in. Breathe in, and then lower yourself in. Breathing out. That's how it works for me. There's going to be a bunch of sand in it, so here we go. And remember the questions. Are you ready for the questions? So, raise your hand. Question, Anna.
Is it cold?
It is. It's 4 or 5 degrees. There you are. Anybody else?
How long do you stay in there?
My daily, I go anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes every day. And like I said, this is my 200th one, so like, I'm getting pretty used to it.
Does it get easier?
That is such a good question. I've been trying to work through this recently. I don't know if it gets easier, but I think it becomes part of your day. So it sucks every time. Like you read this in the book, I say this a lot. It sucks the first time, it sucks the first week, it sucks the first month. And a few days ago, it was really hard to get in. So it sucked that day too. You don't get used to it, you just do it. Yes, sir.
If you're on a diet, does this help to curb your appetite, or does it actually make you more hungry? What does it do to the appetite?
I have no idea.
If you have no idea, I guess you forget about food.
Yeah.
Right now. You're not thinking about food right now.
Yeah. I go with the Huberman. Like, if anybody wants to listen to Andrew Huberman, his thoughts on weight loss are awesome. He says wake up in the morning and go run or get on a bike like somebody's chasing you. Before you eat, before you get a bunch of carbs that your body's just going to eat, get and just run. And I do that. Yesterday I did 10K in the morning, and then today I just did some rowing. But like, every day I do a little something to work on it. So, yes, sir.
When you do shark diving, you have to stop breathing, just like you do there. Have you noticed that when you stop breathing, it's actually getting easier for you? Meaning that when you can control your breath, then and be quiet, still, then it actually gets easier for you. But you also control your, let's say, yourself.
I have 2 different thoughts on that. One, if you stay super still, build up a thermal layer. So not breathing keeps that thermal layer very solid, so it's not as cold. And the other thing, there's breathing. You know a lot more about tumor breathing that you can actually. I'm learning breath. Tumor breathing that you can actually heat yourself up sitting in the water. It's insane. And that guy there, Wim Hof, look into him. He's a man.
Do you ever want the water colder than 3 to 5 degrees?
I've been in as low as -3 with a bunch of Epsom salt. When you get down there, it sucks. And I think the less time, a lot of people go with, if it's 1 degree, you stay for 1 minute, 2 degree, 2 minutes, 3 degree, 3 minutes. It's whatever you're comfortable with, your body accepts.
How often should you do it to get the good effect out of it?
I won't tell you anything physical. For me, I do it every single day. Like I said, 200 days in a row. But like, I think it's more of a mental thing for me. If I wake up in the morning and get in ice water that hurts every single day, I already had a huge win every single morning. So then like the other decisions, like if you're trying to lose weight or if you're trying to whatever, just not be a jerk at work, like you can do it better because you already have a win under your belt. Who wants to get in?
There you go.
Yeah?
Yeah, come on in.